defenders, I think it's like.
Am I live? Of course I'm live. People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. First things first, if you're like myself in the United Kingdom, good morning. Don't feel left out, people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night, depending on where else you guys are placed. One love to the Twitch gang. Appreciative to all the support you guys give me. I know I always say this, but this week in particular, obviously, we are here today at 10 a.m. Later, we'll be back to play Football Manager at 4:30. In between that, I'm going to be on YouTube at 11:30. But just generally, whether it's been FM content, because we've really been doing bits now in the last 2 weeks, I would say. But this week in particular, FM support for the FM streams, the 10 a.m. streams, the watch-alongs. I really appreciate it. The numbers are growing. Journey to 10K on Twitch is still alive and kicking. Journey to 50K on YouTube is within touching distance. And we're not going to stop there. We're just going to keep building. Also, one love to everybody watching the ads, subscribing via Amazon Prime. One love to my moderators and supporters as well. I see you lot. And again, first things first, I hope you all got good health. And if not, I hope your health gets better. And I hope your loved ones have health. At the end of the day, man, we're here at Friday. We made it to the end of the week. The week has gone very fast. Whole heap of content. So make sure you're checking your Twitch schedules and make sure you're following on YouTube, because the week's busy, weekend's even busier. So yeah, I hope you've all had a progressive week / you're having a progressive end to the week, in terms of your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, aspirations, all of that sort of stuff. Hope you have a good weekend off the back of a great week, man. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about the Europa. Get your any talking points, feel any no sort of way, get them in, because you lot make the content for what it is. But we're going to go over the Europa League. We're going to talk about footballing's current talking points. Man United, every people would probably think I'm a Man United fan because the title has had something to do with them almost every day this week, because they're just bare dramas. Harry Maguire, I know he's come out today and like Rashford kind of downplayed the rumours and all of these things going on, but there's rumours, he might lose the captain's band and all of those sort of things, people. Just hella drama, really and truly. And as an Arsenal fan, I sympathise with Man United fans who are peed off with the drama, because there's just bare drama. There's a lot to talk about from a footballing perspective and whatnot, much less that. 1 second, people. I think I need to plug this good old Ethernet cable in. I don't think I've done that. There's always something, and I might as well turn on the fan while we're here. Where's my Ethernet cable adapter? There you are. Push it in. Push it in. Take it out. Push it in. Hey. Hey, bash it. It's dance all day, man. It's dance all day, man. I've been listening to dance all morning, but I don't know why, but I have. So let's slap that in. Hey. I don't you dare fool. Don't you dare fool. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends, them. I need to get back. Pretty damn face. They're missing my pretty face, chocolate skin, fresh hair and that. Oh my god. I see that that Netflix documentary with that Don that's swindling women. If I had no morals, if I was one of them fuckboys, look at this face. Do you know how much peas were man I make? Serious privilege that he's actually getting a TV show. They weren't trying to do none of that for Hush Puppy, I guess, but it is what it is, man. Morning all, shower times. Morning all. I'll just be listening today as I got to do actual work this morning. I hear it. Reminds me of my last role where I was, obviously everyone's working from home and I used to just sneak off and in the meeting, turn off the meeting while I'd be live with you lot. Bracy, how you doing, my guy? I'm good, Kelson. I hope you're doing better, man. Man said we're early. Shout out to you, Terry, man. Early bird catches the worm, or whatever that smart brother said, man. It is what it is. You on computer, we need to update some of the Twitch commands for DG. Yeah, man. Whatever the hell. I don't know what that stuff is, but big up you lot for that one. Come on. Hope everyone's doing well and safe. Wind is mad. Apparently there's some storm thing coming today, and I got things to do. I'm going out later, so I ain't got time for none of that. I haven't got time for none of that. Dance was the best way to start the day, of course, but obviously the Bayesian blood is still there, man. Do like a little soca thing. You get it? I do like the soca, man. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Stay safe, people. Red weather alert in the southwest. I'm not gonna cap. I don't know where the southwest is in London, in England. Sorry, but stay safe in it, regardless of what you're doing. So it is what it is. Now, like I said, don't feel any sort of way with talking points, people. But we might as well crack on now. In terms of the Europa League, let me see the final results. Now, I only watched our game. I did see little bits and pieces. When I say I mean Inter Milan, Barcelona, Napoli, Barcelona. Aubameyang watch. But in terms of the actual score results, as you know, Rangers defeated Dortmund away from home 4-2, and that's going to be an interesting game at the Ibrox. You know, it was Jude Bellingham has said he's very excited to play there. As you would, Ibrox is probably one of the best atmospheres in world football. Dortmund have been shaky, regardless of what their league position it could stay. They've been shaky in Europe. So I wouldn't say in this 6-goal thriller between Rangers, I was necessarily surprised. I was surprised in a couple of the standards of the way the goals were being conceded. I'm not going to lie. There was a penalty in the Rangers game. And before I forget, the Barcelona penalty, never penalties. You know, UEFA Lona putting in the blank check people. Them things, they're not penalties. But it didn't surprise me. And as I said, in the Champions League, I'm keen to see how Milan travel to Inter. I'm keen to see how Dortmund travel to the Ibrox. And there's a couple of other teams I'm keen to see you needing a result, how you're going to play at difficult away grounds. But 6-goal thriller, Rangers in the driving seat. I'm not going to lie. If I'm Dortmund, I do believe I can get 2 more goals. But yeah, anyways, Rangers 4, Dortmund 2. Real Betis defeated Zenit St. Petersburg 3-2. That was a 5-goal thriller. Sheriff beat Braga 2-0. Porto won 2-1 against Lazio. Sevilla won 3-1 against Dynamo Zagreb. I think Anthony Martial scored. Man United fans, there you have it, people. He did score. I remember the highlights. So yeah, Martial, and he was very coy. He said, "For now, I focus on Sevilla. Next season, we'll see." And there's probably going to be a new manager at Manchester United, so I wouldn't rule out him having a future. And Nkunku, watch people, you know, Christopher Nkunku just getting better and better. He bagged as Leipzig and Real Sociedad drew 2-2. Oyarzabal also scored. Atalanta won 2-1 against Olympiacos, and Napoli Barca, the game we watched, it was 1-1. Now, for me, first thing, Pedri. That man is a baller. The half turns, the manipulative spaces he gets into, the balance, the passes, it's scary. Like, he reminds me of Fabregas, you know, and that's probably why I like him a lot. But he's better than Fabregas probably already now. Well, I'm gassing it a bit, and you can see, but Pedri's amazing. Pedri's an absolute baller. Like, Pedri was a joy to watch. I think he only missed, I don't care what the statistics say. I think I only see him misplace 2 passes. Gavi, when he came on, exciting as well. Between Gavi, Pedri, Asu Fati, Barca could have a bright future. Hopefully, Fati's injuries, there's not a problem. You know, Pedri, a joy to watch. Fabian Ruiz, joy to watch. Arsenal, that's who we need, man. You know, wonder of a left foot, good passing, good build-up play, lovely outside of the foot passes, lovely football. If I'm Barcelona, seeing my Spanish lad, you know, fellow Spanish lad playing for the Italian outfit, I'm telling Barcelona that's someone we need to get at the Nou Camp in the summer. You know, Fabian Ruiz is contracted until 2023. We've seen him do the business for Spain at under 21s level, seen him do it for Betis. Him and Koulibaly had good games. That's who I want. Osimhen couldn't stay on side, but Osimhen watch was more positive, I feel, than Martinez watch. I feel Osimhen had hardly anything to work with, and I think he made good runs in that. But yeah, man, I think Arsenal need to have a serious look if they're having that Fabian Ruiz. And again, he's contracted until 2023. The same, you know, he probably wants to play Champions League football, so we have no chance. But, you know, unless we get top 4, but he's contracted the same amount of time as Douglas Luiz, Telemans, Ruben Neves, Basuma, all of these guys that we've been linked with previously. You know, the wind's moving crazy in the UK, but yeah, man, that's who we should have a look. Him and Pedri in the first half were a joy to watch. Barcelona were much better in the second half, and on the balance probably deserved to win, but they can't finish to save their lives. Ferran Torres, I understand why he's crying and that, but well, you're in the big boy, you're at Barcelona, no time for crying now. You know, you can cry and bawl your eyes out as much as you want. You know, you need to stop crying before they give you something to cry about. You know, you need to, boy, it's a big boy leagues now. You know, I understand he's hard on himself, but crying ain't going to do nothing. You need to pull your pants up and get going. Ferran Torres, it was laughable. He's moving like when Fernando Torres turned rub, missing a bag of chances, you know, denied Aubameyang. Not that Aubameyang was amazing. You know, his link-up play was okay, but he's not the Barca guy. Denied him an assist, denied Pedri. You know, there was a lovely bit of play between Pedri, I think Gavi, Desk, all of them played some lovely football, and Ferran Torres just can't finish a barn door. Yes, he scored the penalty, and at the end of the day, he's given Barcelona something. It's going to be difficult going to Naples because, again, a difficult atmosphere. But Ferran Torres is, pardon my French, he's taking a piss with them chances he's missing, you know, and that was someone who looked like he was becoming a bit of a goal scorer at Manchester City for Spain. He's playing as a number 9, a false 9 at that. Missed a million chances, really and truly. And I know the two aren't the same because Ferran Torres wants to be at Barcelona. Dembele doesn't, you know, maybe doesn't. But I think it's very funny in football how, you know, we talk about mental health. Dembele is getting booed from the start, you know, whether, you know, his problems with the club. I know, you know, the man, they are fans, but his problems with the club are not with the manager, not with the fans. One's getting booed, one's getting sympathy. They're both two kind of young men and whatnot, and just got the world of expectations. So I do find it funny advocating for mental health about Ferran Torres because he missed some chances, but booing Dembele from the start. And Dembele came on and played quite well. As I said, Gavi, Pedri balling, you know, Ruiz balling. You know, Pedri should have scored as well, if I'm real with you. Barcelona in the first half had some golden chances. Aubameyang worked hard, but he's just not that cute sort of Barcelona player. And he did press well. That's given us something. But I think beyond being on the bench, I don't know how it's going to bang for you at Barcelona. But yeah, man, it don't look like he's made for them cute players. It looks like he's going to have the same problems at Barca than as at Arsenal, in that he can't really do the general play thing, being involved in build-up play and stuff. So you with a person like Aubameyang, you've just got to create mass chances. That wasn't there. Adama Traore is pony. You know, he'll do well at Barca. He'll cook at Barca. But boy, Ferran Torres, Adama, and Aubameyang, based on what I saw, that is not the front three to be betting your life on, really and truly. That's a joke, man, front three, if I'm completely serious with you. Top Catalans booing Dembele when he was their best player off the bench. Typical, exactly, man. It's quite funny, you know. UEFA/FIFA bribe merchants. Barca defo paid for that penalty. That penalty is not a penalty, you know. Van Bronckhorst defo got Rangers bopping. Good addition to them. Big up yourself, Jay, and Footy Chats. Hope you're doing well and safe. Cam, the same goes to you. Southwest is like Devon, Cornwall, and cities like Bristol. Rah. So yeah, you lot be easy, man. You lot stay safe, man. Aubameyang didn't surprise me, basically the same way he plays at Arsenal. Yeah, he's not going to change it. You know, Leopard ain't going to change their spots, definitely at 32. I'm happy that he's at a club that wants him and that, you know, but it is what it is, man. I feel Barca, I don't know if Barca will get it done. I think on one hand, they'll get it done. On the other hand, boy, Naples is a difficult place to go. You know, Dortmund got to go to the Ibrox. You know, Inter Milan got to go Anfield. These man got to go Naples. They can get results, but these are difficult places on the best of days to go to try and get something. So when there's real things on the line and then things there, and obviously Inter are gone in it. I think Inter are gone because I could see, you know, they could score the goals to get them back into the tie. They could score two, but Liverpool will score two as well. So you man are gone really, unless there's a dodgy lasagna given. I can't see it, people. Big up you lot for tuning in as well, people. Again, yeah, man, that's the Europa League. Obviously, you know, the Champions League was a good one. Europa League's been a good one. Hopefully next week's Champions League ties are also good, but I can't have much faith as a neutral in Chelsea, Leo, and Villarreal, Juventus. I need to put it down to a vote which one we should do, people, because I can't lie. I think Villarreal, Juventus is going to be a tough watch. It's going to be a stiff one, if I'm honest with you. I think that one's going to be dead. I'm just hoping Vlahovic bangs. Anyways, away from that, in terms of the Premier League action to come, let's get this one out the way. Arsenal got Brentford. Let's start with Arsenal, bro. We need to win. I don't think we're going to win all these 16 games left, but, you know, I'm looking at it. Wolves got Leicester City, you know, Leicester typically, if you was to just go off it, they're the ones that normally are fighting for Europe. But Wolves, they're going to be onto us in our next game. They're playing Leicester, you know, which hopefully Leicester can do a job, you know. They've got Leicester. That's a big game. Manchester City, Tottenham. I actually think Tottenham might spring a surprise. You know, Tottenham seem to be booky against City. I think Tottenham might get a result. I hope that I'm putting negativity in the air and the opposite happens. Touch wood, of course, but I've got to be honest. I think they might get a result. Now, obviously, I don't know where I'm getting that. I expect on paper City to wipe the floor with them and hit them for 6 and cricket scoring. I'm hoping Raheem Sterling. You know, on the best of days, you're on it. I definitely hope you're on it in that game. And I know Conte's been very critical, but as an Arsenal fan, boy, Man City, Tottenham, you know, Wolves, Leicester, best case scenario is probably Leicester winning, Tottenham obviously losing. Leeds, Man United, I expect Man United to win at Ellen Road, but I hope Leeds make it difficult for them, people. So there's difficult games for everyone. Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Vieira, Derby. Again, that's not an easy game at all. Obviously, Crystal Palace, Conor Gallagher cannot play, which is a bitter pill to swallow. But Mark Gurr, will be able to. Obviously, Eze and Elise and that. But back to Arsenal, Brentford. First things first, we lost to them. So I want to beat them because of that. We lost to them, so we need to beat them. Simple as that. We lost to them, we need to beat them. I'm not going to lie. Big up Brentford. You know, I like what you're doing. I like what your club's about. But I feel you lot are overrated. Like you beat us before. I feel you lot are mad overrated. I feel you know, they started the season in August. Man was saying, yo, they're doing the Wolves thing. They're doing the Leeds one. They're gonna be like Leicester. They're doing this. They're doing that. You know, I think their manager's just a loser. Respectfully, I like him, but he's on losing. Like, he's on losing. It don't seem like it keeps him up at night. Ivan Toney's got a argue, you know, between him and Eddie Nketiah, I don't know who's got the most, you know, lack of self-awareness. You would think Ivan Toney's Ronaldo. I like the self-confidence, but the way he talks is bossy, and I like his attitude. But as an Arsenal, I like it. But as an Arsenal fan playing these lot, I hate it. Give him something to cry about, really and truly. You know, my man scored about 3 goals this season, and he's going to be gassing up the team. You know, don't let him do that. Brentford want to spoil our day. They want to do the double over us. Again, they're a very street smart team. They're a very, very physical team. They're a very high energetic team. You know, we need to stand up to be counted. Like I said, we're not going to win every game, but these sort of games there, we need to take our victories, especially because we're at home. And again, Arsenal's a dodgy team. You can't predict games on paper and all of these sort of things. But you know, if you look at it, bro, we've still got to play Liverpool, still got to play the North London derby, still got to play United, still got to go to Stamford Bridge, still got to go to Selhurst Park, still got to go to St Mary's, still got to play Brighton at our place, still got a game against West Ham, still got to go to St James's Park where them man they are fighting relegation. So you get it. Still got to play Wolves. We need to be picking up points. We need to be picking up points. You know, this is a game for me. You need to be grabbing 3 points, especially because next Thursday, unfortunately, we won't be able to do Barcelona Napoli watch along. Good news is over on YouTube, we'll be doing an Arsenal watch along. You need to make we're not going to win every game. Obviously, it's not the end of the world if Arsenal lose and everyone wins, but the narrative changes. Arsenal are the favourites for top 4, despite the fact that I've only seen West Ham United and Manchester United holding on to 4th. I see my team in 6th. I don't know. And the thing is, no matter how much we spoke about Spurs, as I keep saying, I'm a broken record at this point. As much as you say Spurs are in free flow, the noise with Conte don't look good, the drama at United, nobody's moved as much as I rate West Ham. No one's made ground on anyone. And this is now the period where if you can put a little bit of form together and other teams keep messing about, you can get a little 3-6-point gap. And for me, why I like winning games that we should be winning, because the inevitable, obviously, you can land on your feet or land on your knees, really. Obviously, if we win this, then when the game comes against Wolves or Chelsea or any of the games I said and we lose, we might have a cushion to go with, man. I saw Thomas Frank when I was working at Brentford. I swear you could mistake him for a supply teacher, respectfully. I see what you mean. But pick him up. I'm not listening. I like what Brentford are doing. I like the way that, unlike us, they can sell strikers and get a next one. You know, they've sold Ben Rama, Mupay, Ollie Watkins. They've got their little Ivan Toney and Mbuemo now. There's probably the next Don ready when they're ready. You know, so I rate what they're doing. I rate their project. I think they could do good things. I just feel that I'm not talking when I say I think people are gassing them. It's nothing to do with Brentford or their fans. I just think it's the narratives in football, just gassing the thing. Really, you know, one of you said their form's a bit brazy, and I'm looking at it now. To be honest, I don't like going on form because Everton have been pony. When you go through Everton, who have a lack of wins this season, bro, who are you gonna see? Nah, who gave them a W? You know the thing already. Obviously, when you look at their last couple of games, I'm going to exclude the FA Cup where they lost 4-1 to Everton. They lost 2-0 to Man City. No shame in that. That's irrelevant. They've drawn against Crystal Palace. And again, they had some of their players were missing. So that tells you they could be a stubborn outfit. They, draw against Crystal Palace, lost to Manchester City, lost to Wolves, lost to Manchester United, lost to Liverpool, lost to Southampton. Really, when last did you man win? When last did you, man, win? FA Cup, you won in January. You'd have to go back to January the 2nd, the last time they won. But again, going back to the Everton game, the one time they did win in and amongst their poor form at the time, it was us. For me as an Arsenal fan, again, I don't think you can disrespect Brentford. We're not that team that we can just say the game's won before we go in. This is where you need 3 points, because if I'm Brentford and Ivan Toney and them, man, I'm sitting there saying, boys, our season starts again. We beat them in August. We can beat them again. We can move to them. They're overrated. They're pampered. They're young men. That's one thing that goes against us. Average age of 23. Brentford have got promoted from the Championship. So them, man, they are a bit more street smart and all of these things. And all of these sort of things to go with it, and these are things that you need to be wary of and careful of, and all of these sort of things, people. So we need to stand up to be counted. I'm happy because Tomiyasu is in training. I hope he's back. I think a team like Brentford, where Ivan Toney drops deep into the 10 like Lacazette, goes left wing, plays as a hold-up man, wins his first and second balls. I need Tomiyasu. And Buemo, obviously, the first and second balls and the off-field runners. One thing about Brentford, they can score goals at any given time. They do back themselves. They have got technical players. Obviously, if Ethan Pinnock plays, I think he's the Jamaican international, the best centre-half in the Prem. I don't think probably in the world, really. I don't know what anyone's got on him. You know, him, Mikel Antonio's also the best in the league. Leon Bailey, the best in the world. Do you get it? But we're still going to have to rise to the challenge, really and truly. And then, you know, again, they don't let them do the double over us, man. Don't let them do the double. That's all. I hate when teams do the only ones I'll accept doing the double over us. And I don't like this word accept is City and City and Liverpool. And obviously, because their men are sick. There's teams that are better than us, but I don't want to accept the double from anything else. Them man have won the league in very recently. And you know, Ivan Toney, they don't want him to do that. Oh, what's that? So, I'll kick about with my friends. I'm not here for that. Is there a like button on Twitch? No, but you can follow and subscribe. Head over to my YouTube thing and hit a like button on that one. Apparently, Arsenal have only ever beaten Brentford in 2 out of 11 league meetings. So, boy, it might be brazy. I'm kind of nervous for the game. I'm not going to sit here and cap to you lot, people. Pardon me. The last time Brentford visited the Emirates Stadium was in September 2018. Lacazette scored the last goal in a 3-1 victory, people. And apparently Christian Eriksen scored in his last Premier League appearance against Arsenal in a 2-2 draw with Spurs at the Emirates. It's written in the stars that my man comes off the bench or gets involved and does something against us. I'm sure Spurs fans would be eagerly wanting that. Brentford are the only team Arsenal have not won at least one match against in the Premier League, people. And again, as much as the form isn't the best, you know, we have won 5 and lost just 1 of our last 7 games in the Premier League. And that loss came with 10 men against Man City. I don't think we've been perfect in these games, but context is key. Arsenal have kept 5 clean sheets in our last 7 Premier League matches, people. Of the 3 goals we've conceded, 2 have come from the penalty spot. So there's that. And as I said, Brentford have not won in their last 7 matches in all comps, people. And their last 0-0 and their 0-0 draw against Crystal Palace ended a run of 6 straight defeats. So again, form goes out the window. We've seen it as an Arsenal fan, but these are games, man, I have to win. If you're serious, these are games you need to win. There's no excuses. You know, you either get the 3 points or you don't. Simple as that, really. On the topic of Arsenal Brentford as well, folks, don't forget, I'll be doing a watch along. Shout out to the one person who has hit the like button for that on YouTube. Make sure you can do that, people. Again, there it is. That's the first link. Shout out to me for posting that in there. And then obviously at 11:30, we head over to shout out to the 2 people who hit the like button there. You know, we head over to YouTube quickly. 4:30, don't forget, we'll be playing Football Manager. In between that, I've got to go to the gym and sort out some life admin. Media, lover, Brentford, not the same as Liverpool and Tottenham. Trust. Nothing but a win will do for us if we mean business about top 4. Just a bus stop in Hounslow. Brentford are definitely highly overrated. Brentford are in horrendous form. Boy, it's brazy. And like we said, man, need 3 points. It's as simple as that. Like anything less, there has to be question marks on individuals, really and truly. Games like that you need to win, especially because, again, you look at Arsenal's next games, again, in no order. You got Wolves next. Midweek again, them man are going to be they're going to be more on it than Brentford. You know, worst case scenario, Brentford are sitting there like Everton and saying our form goes away. Wolves want to move to us. Wolves probably think we're overrated, think we're lucky to win, even though you make your own luck. It's not our fault you can't put the ball in the back of the net. Like us, you've been struggling to score goals this season when it counts. It's not our fault you couldn't keep a clean sheet. It's not our fault you switched off. You know, it's not even your fault that the ref was bugging out with the Martinelli thing. Martinelli be back for Wolves. Obviously, he's irrelevant for the Brentford game. So for me, that means Smith Rowe gets in, really. You know, I hear what man are saying about Pepe. I hope Pepe gets some minutes and things. But for me, my lineup, if everybody's fit, Ramsdale, the back 5, as I always say, is self-explanatory. Ramsdale, Tierney, Tomiyasu if fit, Gabriel and Ben White as your centre-halves, Xhaka, Partey, for me, Odegaard, Smith Rowe comes back in off that left, fellow Haaland, graduating Saka on the right, and I'm going to go with Eddie and Kate. I'm chatting shit. Lacazette up front. Come on now. Let's be serious. We're playing some this is grown people business. Eddie and Kate, charge that phone. You might get your first Premier League goal in Well, he scored against Fulham when we needed it, innit? So let's hope the line rings, innit, really and truly. Put yourself in the shop window. That's my lineup, you know. If I had to go for a prediction, I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal. But I'm shook at Brentford. I'm just shook because just feels like everything's been going too well for us in the last couple of weeks, man, really. So it's almost that sort of back thing in the back of your mind. But if we're serious, we have to win. There's no excuses. Anything less, then I don't think it's the end of the world. But you need to win. Obviously, as well, because as much as top 4, if you can't get top 4, man, have to get top 6. So win your games. Win your games, win your games, win your games, win your games, win your games. And as I was saying with Arsenal's games to come, people, you know, the Chelsea game's been postponed, like Liverpool and Spurs. Them games are our games in hand, and they are to come. But we've got in our next 5 games, people. Out of the games I can see with an actual date, subject to change, we've got Brentford, Wolves, Watford away, Leicester, and Aston Villa. Again, out of them 5 games, I said, where are you looking at for 3 points? You should be beating Watford, but we're always bookie at Vicarage Road. And for me, you've got to be wary of these teams fighting relegation. Leicester at home, tricky outfit. I know they're not the same Leicester team that they used to be, but they're going to want us to beat us. Aston Villa away, I'm kind of shook. I'll be real with you. I'm kind of shook of what Gerrard's doing. Again, when you look past the narrative of what Gerrard's doing and the results, they're not as invincible as maybe thought, but you know, it would Kaya Jarupkin's client, Coutinho, probably will put a big FU to Arsenal fans and Arsenal for not probably signing him. So, boy, you need to pick up wins. You need to pick up wins. I can't convincingly say we're going to beat Wolves. I can't even. We should be beating Watford away. We should be beating Leicester with their current form at home. If I'm real, you should be beating Aston Villa. Respectfully, I can't lie. As much as they've got attackers, their defense is shit. Let's be real. Any defense with Konza, Mings, Courtney Howes, their defensive options, big up Luka Dean and Cash and their keeper Martinez, there's always an answer. But again, football isn't one on paper, and we can only look in what's in front of us currently. Again, it's Brentford. So man have to stand up to be counted. It's as simple as that, really. What else is there to say? As I said, away from Arsenal, you've got Brighton, Burnley. I hope Graham Potter's men win after a disappointing performance against United. I want Burnley to go down, if I'm honest with you. West Ham, Newcastle should be a good game, and that's the 12:30 kickoff. If I had to pick a winner, obviously I'm going to pick West Ham, but I hope Newcastle can be a bogey team. You've got Liverpool, Norwich. You'd expect Norwich to get smacked. Southampton, Everton. That's going to be an even game, really. Aston Villa, Watford. Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Manchester City, Tottenham, Leeds United versus Manchester United. You've got Wolves versus Leicester, and that's that really in terms of the next fixtures to come in the Premier League and things like that. So yeah, let's make a little timestamp of that. So yeah, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Fox in the bin to fantastic. Fox needed. Eddie didn't pay his bill. I just hope we turn up as a team. Trust. DG, why are you getting at Eddie Lau? I'm not getting at him, but he's tired, man. S, you're moving mad. Bro, he's moving mad. Can't be a DG stream without an Eddie phone call dig. I apologize. I ain't got no agenda against Eddie. I want him to turn mad, but he's meaty, man. Like, I'm calling him meaty. You're playing for Arsenal. The guy who believes in you, the Arsenal manager's got you in the first team. My opinion counts for nothing, but the man there, it's not even the fact that I'm getting at Eddie. It's the fact that it gets past a certain point of getting at the players. Like, it's the people that are playing them. Like, you should not be in this situation. There's been a lot of mediocre players that have been allowed to ride this Arsenal cocktail where more talented youngsters, more hungry youngsters could have done this thing. And what I don't like is man start thinking they're better than they are. I see it with one strikers on loan at Borough and one's here. Like, as much as I like the Borough one, man think they're better than they are. Like, you can see it with the social media antics and how they carry on. And I can't blame them when thousands of people are gassing up your thing. And to be fair, as much as I get Eddie, he's got more hat tricks for this club than a £52 million man that's our captain and leading the line. I'm not saying these guys are bad guys, but fundamentally, it's meaty. That green tea slapping. So slapping, I don't know where my mouth is, but it's calm. Brentford are B-Tech Spurs. What's a Spurs? They're a bigger club than Spurs, man. Agendas have to run. But away from that, though, let's get into some other footballing talking points, people. 34, 40. Let's go over there. Now, obviously, people, there's just drama where everyone is. So where should we start? Should we start from back to front? Let's close some tabs so I can start seeing shit. Close that. Now, for what it's, let's start with this Man United stuff. Meaty can't wait for both to go. I'm gonna cry when Lacazette. Well, not cry, but I'm gonna be upset about Lacazette. I had a tear for Aubameyang in the same way I had a tear for Wenger and Ramsey. I'm gonna miss Aubameyang, but Harry Maguire, for what it's worth, has come out and said, obviously, the initial tweet he's quote tweeted, Ronaldo and Maguire embroiled in power struggle over Manchester United captaincy in fresh blow to interim boss. Now, there was rumours how Maguire feels he's losing the dressing room. Ronaldo supported him, but basically, no one, long story short, no one rates Maguire's thing. When you go back to when, what's that clip? Was it against Chelsea or something? When he's like, Rashi, and Rashford's calling him a knobhead and that. Maguire's come out and said, I've seen a lot of reports about this club that aren't true, and this is another. Not going to start posting about everything that is written, but I need to make this one clear. We're united and focused on Sunday. Everyone enjoy your day. And that's true. I mean, he's not going to come out and admit it, but it's a bit like when Rashford yesterday came out and got at Christian Falk for his rumours about a power struggle between Ronaldo and that. And then Christian Falk doubled down and said, you know it, I know it, you know the truth, stop capping in it. So we'll never know. But that's what Maguire has said for what it's worth. Cristiano Ronaldo and Harry Maguire are in a power struggle over Manchester United captaincy, with interim boss Ralph Rangnick holding talks with Pair about Portuguese superstar taking the armband for the rest of the season. When you throw in that allegedly Paul Pogba is open to going to a lot of, he's open to staying in the Prem, it's not good news for United fans. Quickly on Pogba, I don't believe he wants to stay in the Prem. I think he's open to it. Money talks, and at the age he's at, you've got to think about it. I don't think he would go to City, but as an argument, if City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Champions League winners, 2 league winners in recent, you've got something to think about. And I think the longer it stays with the rumours, it serves Pogba and Mino Raiola nothing to come out and say they won't do it. Just let people talk, Pogba's got a fantastic record for assists, I believe, despite, pardon me, due to injuries playing a bit part. For me, he probably goes to, apparently Juventus have placed an offer for him. PSG rumours are there. Obviously, there's Madrid and Barcelona. You should grab him really and truly. If I'm PSG, him and Verratti together, maybe with a more piano pusher, Pogba, Verratti, and someone to do the dirty work. Oish, mamma mia, as Donnarumma said about Mbappe. Lord God. But anyways, away from Pogba, power struggle. Apparently, Ronaldo and Maguire have reportedly held talks. The idea with Ronaldo taking the armband would be to take pressure off Maguire. Maguire just needs to come out the thing right now, go on the bench. Maguire is reluctant to, as he doesn't want to permanently lose the captaincy. There's a growing belief in the dressing room that it will be inevitable that Ronaldo will replace Maguire as a captain, according to reports. Now, man can take the captaincy and still lose, but this is very different because 2 days ago they said Ronaldo's leaving. If he's going to take the, obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I've seen man get the captaincy and then still leave, but it is what it is. And apparently this is consistent with the reports you're seeing where people aren't happy about Ronaldo making his mark in the dressing room. I mean, what did people expect? You thought he was going to come and be a little man in the dressing room. He's not there to make friends. Unpopular opinion, I think Ronaldo's very humble. I think he shows love. It doesn't matter if you're like him, a world-class player, or you're a young G. I think he shows love. But fundamentally, I know it goes over the top, and you've seen when he was vexed about being subbed and things, but he's not there to make friends. And I do feel at Manchester United, there's a lot of people just simply nicking a living, taking a piss. If you're in a position where you're lucky, where a lot of them players are punching to be at United, most people would think, yo, let me fix up. I know I'm lucky. I know I'm meaty, but let me play. I see it at Arsenal, so I sympathise with United fans. People look like they're doing Man United a favour. You look at Man United from top to bottom. Yeah, Ronaldo's there, Fletcher's there, Carrick's there, but there's no, and I don't like it because they say it about Arsenal, you shouldn't have to look at one figurehead, but there's no one that symbolises what Manchester United once was, sort of thing. And we all know to go with player power. This is why Jose didn't bang as much as the problems. This is why probably Oli, for a while, it looks like it was all right because he's come in and showed man love, but people take the piss. This is where I feel Ralph Rangnick can afford to shake things up because he's fucking off upstairs. Pardon the French. So yeah, they're in a power battle. According the United pair, according to the report in the Mirror, have been in conversation with Rangnick about a change of skipper. He's quashed that as well, people. Ronaldo basically is the captain. It's not any different. The report details there is now a growing belief in the dressing room that Ronaldo will take over as captain while Maguire struggles for form at centre back. Maybe at least in a not an official basis, but yeah. Premier League's first NFT license. We're really getting there. But yeah, maybe not on a temporary, maybe not on a permanent basis, but take him out of the team. Lindelof came in, they looked a bit better. You take him out of the team and you let Ronaldo have it, really and truly. At Man United, like at Arsenal, the captain's ban should just symbolize stuff. You look at previous Man United, you could see Vidic, Rio, you know, Evra, Van der Sar, you know, Rooney, Ronaldo, all these guys, you know, and many other names. Who is the captain? It's like Arsenal and the Invincibles. You look at Henry, you look at Lehman, you look at Vieira, you know, you look at all these guys, or you look at the you know, George Graham days, Adams, all these guys. Who is the captain? The band's there, but who? Everybody's a captain. And I just feel in modern day football, especially clubs that are struggling like United and Arsenal, you're always looking at one man to be the messiah. One striker isn't going to come in and make you score goals. One defender isn't going to make you a better defender. One manager isn't going to change everything. Everyone has to sing from the same hymn sheet, really and truly. Apparently, a source explained originally Ronaldo was asking players to back Harry, but the problem is the manager now wants Ronaldo to mentor all these young players. That's left Harry in no man's land as he's the captain and having to say and follow whatever Ronaldo says to keep everything sweet. Well, you know it, bro. You know, he's mentoring him as you'd expect. You know, on the other hand, Maguire feels marginalized. You're marginalized because you're playing shit and you're feeling sorry for yourselves, people. You know, man up, man. Pardon the French, really and truly. Obviously, there was leaks that United players are taking the piss and all of these sort of things. Ronaldo allegedly believes Ragnick does not have the ability to manage Man United. I mean, how long has he been out of a job before you lot gave him? He lied in his CV, told you he's the Gen Press King, and he's fucked up the base, really and truly. You know, on that Pogba thing, we might as well quickly look at that. Pogba is open to a Premier League move on a free this summer, with Pep Guardiola having called the Manchester United midfielder an incredible player. Now, this is probably for him to go and keep it moving elsewhere. Again, you know, it's just games. But apparently, Pogba is reportedly open to offers for a move to another Premier League side. Wait, he's free to negotiate the end. The 28/29-year-old got a lot to think about. And again, it's all about the wages. I think that probably rules out Liverpool and Chelsea, in my opinion. City, I just don't think they'll move for him. So I think this is just tosh, really and truly. I don't think, I'm sure Pogba would love to play for Pep, and I'm sure Pep would like him. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Man said, what is Max Aaron's proving wrong? Me, the guy. But anyways, that's that. So yeah, man, it's not all good in the camp there, is it, people? Really and truly. You know, a lot of it is just going to be wasp, but it is what it is. Delete that. What one's this? This is Rafina, ain't it, mate? What's all of this? Open that, please, for me. It all depends in relation. Wait, before we carry on, I wanted to leave after the first day. Alexis Sanchez. Yeah, right. When you're getting the piece, who does Maguire think he is? Does he know who he's playing for? I think he does, but he can't regulate, man. I mean, Pogba knows he can do whatever he wants. I just think it's not going to happen. Like, it's just the papers gassing it. Crazy if Madrid get both Mbappe and Pogba. Boy, it would be. Dembele yesterday was crazy. His own fans were booing him every touch. Exactly. But then crying about mental health for Ferran Torres. I know there's off the field problems with Dembele, but it's very funny when people pick and choose. Anyone watched the RB game last night? Tyler Adams was playing centre back in a back three. It was hilarious. Tyler Adams, another one, man. I can't lie. I mean, you can't live off fans, in it. You know, if you just go on Pogba's time, people are loving him and hating him. You can't live your life for fans, you know. And at the end of the day, I'm sure he loves Man United and things, but he didn't grow up on Moss side. He can't afford to care about that. It's a job. I know us fans get all tribal, but he's a Frenchman from over them sides. You know, it's like Mo Salah. I'm sure he's come to love Liverpool, but you know, he's got a decision to make. He's grew up in Egypt. He's not a Liverpool man, sort of thing. He ain't going City, don't, man, for what it's worth. But I just feel in football, a lot is made. What's the fans gonna do, man? Oh, I already saw that. But yeah, it is what it is. From one Frenchman leaving on a free transfer to another, though, depending on what you read, people, you know, let's start with this. PSG to offer Kylian Mbappe, world's highest paid player, to make him basically to stop Real Madrid. It's understood PSG are ready to pay the Frenchman a basic wage far in excess of 500k and closer to 100 M's a week. I would say, for me, how the hell did they get into this scenario, you know? Surely you should have been doing this the year before the Euros. Why would you let his contract get in there? And I could understand him wanting to move because the Euros was the first sort of, you know, I see it with Bukayo Saka. I see it with a couple of young players to go back to United. At all levels, there's the honeymoon period. A player comes through, nothing they can do is wrong. Everything they do is touch the gold. And I would say prior to his performances that you're seeing, he was kind of demonized, you know. He was to blame for all of the Euros of France, saying he's got a bad attitude and all of this. Obviously, PSG's in a man's homeland. So maybe he felt like he wanted to escape. I think similar to Neymar, when Neymar left Brazil, he's done it the right way. Is that when he was at Monaco, he didn't just, the first club that was onto him, he didn't just move, really and truly. He stayed, he achieved what he achieved at Monaco. He went to PSG. Yes, it's the biggest club in the land, certified himself in France, grew and whatnot. And I personally think now has come the time to go to Madrid, go to these things, be the poster boys and things. You're still young, you know, you could still stay at PSG for a number of years. Maybe the Champions League has a lot to play. Apparently, the French president is lobbying for him to stay at the club, which again, boy, I don't know. His mum apparently is looking for houses in Madrid. But man, my word, 100 M a week. And I mean, Madrid, I don't know if Madrid are going to give you that. But yeah, I don't, you know, this article's not being nice, is it, people? So we just have to look at this. Apparently, he's considering a proposal from PSG. They realize the importance of the 23-year-old for their next project. And again, at 23, bro, you're coming into your next level. As Wenger says, at 23, this is it now. There's still a lot of bad habits and things he needs to train, but this is it now. If you're not going to do it, you'll never do it, as Wenger used to say. As he said, if you're not ready to start and play at 19, it's not going to happen. And at 23, this is where you need to define what you are. And I think he's getting to that. You know, obviously, the performance against Madrid, for me, the best Kylian Mbappe performance at club level, there's a lot, but I think it's the one at the Camp Nou that just sticks in my head, really. Maybe it was because Messi was poor and Mbappe just bopped him. It looked like a changing of the guards, if that makes sense. But Real Madrid will sign Kylian Mbappe and Haaland because rivals Barcelona and Juventus are financially ruined, and Juventus just signed Vlahovic, even though Mbappe could slide in off the left. And they are the only club with the power to get deals done, insists La Liga chief Javier Tebas. And that's good for La Liga because who's the star player in La Liga right now? You know, to go with the clubs not at their best, and people are still watching it. You know, man are going to watch La Liga because of Mbappe. As we know, there was Real Madrid fans, Man United fans, Juventus fans. Then there was just Cristiano Ronaldo fans. And the same goes for Messi. There's fans that support Barca and whatnot, but there's fans that don't give a crap about Barca. They support Messi. Obviously, Haaland and Mbappe have that / are going to get that. So there's TV rights. It's better for the league. It's good for the league. How many times did La Liga say Messi and Ronaldo, we need to keep them in the league? So if Madrid do this to go with what Barca might do, who knows? I would be scared if I was Barca car. So boppers. I'm keen to see how Mbappe and in particularly Haaland do at a bigger club, because I just feel everything's going to be scrutinized. It's not everything. It's not just it's not just football, everything. And many players in their prime fail. And I do think with Haaland in particular, he's a fantastic young player. But because we're in that wow factor at Dortmund, we're not scrutinizing certain things. So that's why I think as a young man, you don't necessarily have to make that move yet, but it is what it is. Mbappe has 4 months left on his contract, and between Lewandowski leaving for free, Mbappe, that's probably the silliest decisions we've seen in it. Haaland's got a 64 million release clause, and Dortmund, Haaland, and all the clubs in the world probably know where Haaland's next step is, or indirectly do. As we know, Real Madrid, Barca, Juventus, and City are all interested. The president of La Liga has tipped Madrid to be the next destination. He has claimed that both of them will sign for Barcelona. He believes Real Madrid are the only side with the financial muscle. Madrid will get Mbappe and Haaland, as the others are ruined financially. That Mbappe comes is great news for La Liga. It will be a joy for La Liga. It's the best thing that could happen to La Liga. As we just said, Real Madrid made 2 offers in the summer. They were rejected. Relationships between PSG and Madrid are at an all-time low. As we already know, allegedly, PSG are trying to give him the fat man, the big boy contract. And apparently, Leonardo revealed last summer Mbappe turned down their best ever offer to any player and is yet to be seen if he'll accept. He's gone, man. He's gone. You know, I'd say maybe if Mbappe's nice, he signs a new deal, short-term deal with a gentleman's agreement and say, listen, negotiate with Madrid. Now, that's assuming that. Me, I'm still leaving for free. And I do think Mbappe doesn't want to leave on a free, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm not going to read the rest. It'll be very interesting to see what happens there, people. That should be a very interesting clash in itself, people. Very, very, very interesting clash. You know, and obviously, once again, Ferran Torres was crying. Xavi said on him crying. You know, he said it happened to Luis Suarez, who seemed to have no goals. The Barca shirt weighs a few kilos more. I don't think it had nothing to do with the Barca shirt. Just work on your finishing. But I am more delighted to have him in the team, and he will give me a lot of joy. I think Ferran Torres is a good player. He'll reach out. But I mean, flipping hell, man. People acting like, you know, he got killed, or, he saw a cat, he saw his cat die or something. Like, it's not the end of the world. You know, as much as football means the world to everyone, bro, you missed some chances. You didn't kill no one. You're not operating on a patient with a heart and your hand slipped and they're dead. Like, you missed the chances. Man up. pattern up, pull your pants up, go again. I know it's easy for me to say. I ain't got millions on my case and things like that. But boy, if anything, Dembele should feel a bit more than you because the fans are loving you. You, bro, man are doing skills and they're booing you. You're missing whole heap of chances and getting applauded. And you still walked away with a goal. Stop crying, get with it. If he's in the penny area, it is because he will score. He has scored goals all his life, and he'll have them. In training, he's one who scores the most. In training don't mean shit. He has our absolute trust, the coaching staff, and I'll take care of this. He is very strong, self-demanding. Obviously, demands a lot of himself, but stop crying, man. Crying ain't gonna help nothing in life, man. You can cry, you can feel sorry for yourself. The world keeps spinning. That's one harsh truth I learned. You can cry, you can make mistakes, you can make your mistakes. It is what it is, man. It's football, bro. You ain't killed no one. You ain't done a mazza. Just keep going, man. Just keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. It is what it is, people. Off topic, Igalo said he's proud to have been the only Nigerian to have played for Manchester United. You should be. What history is that? You know, Messi says PSG on the right track to win the Champions League. Let's see exactly what Big Man Lionel has said. What has he said here? It's complicated to win the Champions League. Complicated because it's a competition that brings together the best teams and where the smallest details and slightest mistakes can eliminate you, like your Miss Penn. I believe we have a team that can try to win it. We're excited about this idea. We really hope to get there, but we have to take things slowly. I repeat, it's difficult to win the Champions League. It's not always the best team that wins it, and you have to focus on all the details, thinking about being the strongest team possible. In the end, it is the strongest teams that achieve their goals, and we are on this path seeking to become even stronger than what we are. And I would, PSG, if we can do it, I'd be happy. Mbappe's hurrah, Neymar and Messi winning it at another club. Verratti deserves it. Di Maria is active. Brazy. Absolutely brazy. Apparently, Rudiger has had no new talks with Chelsea over a new contract. There are currently no talks between Chelsea and Antonio Rudiger's representatives over a new deal at Stamford Bridge. As you know, Rudiger previously said it's up to Chelsea. So it seems like it's a myth then, people, Apparently, it's understood Chelsea would have to make the 28-year-old German international the highest paid defender in the league to keep him. So it's probably the beginning of the end. And for Chelsea, who are normally on top of these things and whatnot, it's very rare that you see their contracts, free contracts. I know they got over there with Thiago Silva, Christensen, Aspilicueta, and obviously Rudiger. I don't know what's going on, but it's very rare that you see that with Chelsea, really. Apparently, Trippier has undergone surgery to repair his fractured metatarsal, and he's still, despite being ruled out for the season, he's not prepared to accept that, people. Must be harsh, man. Just joined a new club, got 2 goals in 2, and then you're injured. Life is fucked, Can be riding high in April, shot down in May. Life is messed. That's why you got to keep balance, man. Not that it's easier said than done, really and truly, man. But boy, I saw an article about Conte. I want to find that, man. Sorry, people. Apparently, there was rumors that that Spurs kind of hit back at Conte because they told him there's no peace, and they just feel like he's whining. Here it is. But before we crack on with that, let me see what you lot are saying. Big up yourself, Mohammed, man. Appreciate that. Got to remember all the abuse our fans have given him as well. Who? Pogba. I see free tax 100%. Pogba's got a choice of any club. Good luck to him. Ferran Torres was horrendous yesterday. Unpopular opinion. I just think it was his finishing. I think he operated well outside the box, and that is just obviously, man. Just remember the finishing. It's mad, and obviously, if they've got the finances, why not? I don't think he'd go Juventus anyways. If Mbappe goes Madrid, where will Vinny play? Both play off the left. Someone's gonna have to play off the right, or someone's gonna have to hold bench in it. Good problems to have, really. A front three of Vinicius in some capacity, Mbappe, Haaland, if this all happens, boy, scary. Benzema's still active as well. Dembele skinning and chopping, man, and getting bought and getting booed. Ferran missing sitters and getting cheered. Trust. Ferran's going to be a top player, man. I rate him. It's just you had a bad day. You was tired, man. He was good at Valencia. It's not about the Valencia thing now. That's what you're doing now at Barca, though. You can't rest on your past laurels, though. He will get there. You just had a bad day. You know, at the end of the day, like I said, it's football. You ain't killed no one. Football means the world to me. I'm here waffling. Football means so much to me. Arsenal, when we lose, I'm vexed about it. I watch the game 10 times over. When I used to play Sunday League, if I've had a bad game, I don't want to talk to no one. Sometimes football makes me not want to eat. Football means the world to me. You know, it's helped me fight depression and things like that. But fundamentally, football is just a game. You're just like Danny Alves said, man, are just kids playing in the rain. You join a club, it doesn't work out. So what? And it's easier said than done. But you join a club, it doesn't work out. So what? Leave. You missed the penalty. So what? It happens. You didn't score a goal. So what? You'll score again. It's a game of football. You know. Always have to remember, and to Ferran Torres, to Dembele, I know it's easier said than done with all the cameras and all the glitz and glamour onto you. You've got to remember, fundamentally, somewhere within that deep memory is that kid who just loved playing football. Before all the money, before the academy, before all this stuff, that's what you've got to keep. You can never lose that enthusiasm, and you players must. At times, football must not be enjoyable. At times, I can see football, the only time it must be enjoyable is the flipping training ground, and depending on results and things, it can't be enjoyable. You know, we've got to remember this is work. If you don't enjoy your work, you might, some of you better than others, some man can still do work to a high standard, but fundamentally, it won't be as great as you could if you love what you're doing. Naturally, you're going to do a bit more. Thanks to you guys with Twitch and YouTube, you know, we're doing this full time. I said it the other day. Monday is no different from Friday. There was times, bro, I'll be in a rave on Saturday evening or whatever, yeah. I'll be thinking about work on Monday. Like, Gally talking to man, I'm like, oh, sake. I hate it. I don't want to say Ronaldo. Jimmy's a fucking prick. I'm not sending him his email. All of these sort of things. You got to remember, it's a game, man. It's a game. As much as it means a lot, bro. So yeah, man, it is what it is. But looking at this Spurs stuff, I don't think this is the article I was looking for. But there's 3 up here, people. Don't forget, people. Shout out RA, but that's not what we're here for. Do up the like button for this. Again, big up the 4 people, including myself, for doing that. Set your reminders for tomorrow. Shout out to the 2 people, including myself, on that one. Hey, friends, make sure you're there for that one. I think this last one is the one I was looking at first initially. Hopefully, it still is. I'm right there. Shout out to you, the Twitch gang. You lot, you know, we've been being very aggressive with this thing this week. Tottenham are surprised over Antonio Conte interview as the Italian was warned he would have little money to spend in January. If I'm devil's advocate, is Conte making excuses? Is Conte kind of, again, the job at Spurs is difficult and he does need money, and I agree with everything Conte said, but is he making excuses to kind of save face and whatnot? Because in Spurs' support, not that I could ever sway, you know, for obvious reasons, you knew what time it was. You knew you weren't going to have world-class players to work with. You knew Spurs were going to struggle. And for Spurs, I would say, you know, you lot knew what you was doing because, again, when you speak of Conte, proven winner mentality, you know, we'll kick the hornet's nest and you can't mess about with Conte. But once you get past that, you know the football isn't going to be nice. You know young players aren't going to get too much of an opportunity. You know you're going to need experienced players. So was it necessarily the right man? I'm not going to say it wasn't because it's Conte, but there's that. Conte appeared to criticize Tottenham at any given opportunity. He's been doing that. And to be honest, if I was Levy or if I was the chairman, it would pee me off, really, you know, the director of football. But it is what it is. As you know, Tottenham signed Bentancur and Kulusevski, let a whole host of players go. And really, you know, I could say all of these players needed to keep it moving, but we're in a decisive period in the season. And Tottenham, unfortunately, are still in the FA Cup. Conte was warned his January spending would be severely restricted before agreeing to become Tottenham boss amid emerging concerns his future will hinge on the club's summer dealings. Conte appeared to criticize, and he could be doubling down on that. He appeared to criticize his side's January recruitment. As you know, they signed Bentancur, Kulusevski, let Dembele go to Lyon. Dele Alli's gone to Everton. Brian Gill has gone back to Spain, I think, and so has Lo Celso's bust out as well. There was certainly an element of surprise at Tottenham on Wednesday, with well-known play sources insisting Conte knew there would be little money to spend on new additions last month. Spurs expect Conte to see out the season despite his public outburst, but there are internal concerns that the club's summer recruitment will have a major influence on the head coach next season. I don't think he leaves before the contract's done because he needs his P's, innit? For now, however, there is a drastic change of direction in the short term. There is confidence at Spurs that Conte has no immediate intention of leaving before the club start the summer. There's a sense Conte won't walk away from the challenge of trying to secure a top 4 finish and win the FA Cup. Lol. He said, Tottenham has been in the middle of the table for so many years, but here, this does not scare me. I'm certainly happy with the way we are working. I think we're doing a lot, but I'm realizing being inside the situation that it will take time and patience because there are many young players, even at their first experience in the Premier League, who need to grow, gain experience, and raise their level. Obviously, they've got Skip, Tanganga, these sort of man around the team. Conte enters the final 12 months of his contract in the summer. Boy, we'll have to see what's going on there. And away from that, apparently Kane wants assurance. Oh, this Harry Kane bullshit's back. Harry Kane wants assurances that Conte will be back in the summer January window before committing his future to Tottenham, as he expects guarantees from Daniel Levy to bring in new signings. Kane, you're not bored of this. Is Kane not bored of this? Like, is Kane, bro? Kane, the chance is gone, bro. In fact, to be fair, it hasn't probably, because you've probably shaved it. You've probably, you know, like stocks like Bitcoin, you've probably your price tag's probably been cut in half. If that was the new tactic, I respect it. Really and truly. All right, if you want Conte to be back, I hear it. But for me, if I'm you, regardless of if Conte is back, you still might not guarantee trophies. So, boy, you and Zaha are in the death row contracts, really. Harry Kane reportedly wants assurances that Conte will be back this summer before he commits his future to Spurs. As you know, he tried to engineer a move. Ain't he on a fat contract as well? So I don't know what's going on for you. You tried it all last year, didn't bang. Kane is happier now, though, and feels Conte could be the man to end Tottenham's 14-year-long wait to win a trophy. Can't wait to go out the FA Cup. The Sun, where you've got to look at that with a pinch of salt, have reported that the 28-year-old expects guarantees from Daniel Levy that Tottenham appease Conte and bring in quality new signings that the Italian desires. And to be fair, that's good for Conte, doubling down. But where are you going to go, Kane? Kane wants assurances before he would consider committing his future to Tottenham rather than try to look for a move away from the club this summer. Both Conte and Kane have had their frustrations over Tottenham. As you know, Kane hoped to join City last summer. It did not bang. The relationship between Kane and Levy has been uneasy. The striker is unhappy that he felt a promise to let him leave. Promises are comfort to an idiot, you know. If there's nothing in writing, what are you talking about, Kane? I understand why you'd be upset. You know, for me, I like to do things I like to trust people. Like, I like to do things on a gentleman thing. You know, we don't have to get things in writing if you say you're going to do something. But even in my little industry, there's little things where certain people are not cut from the same cloth. They're not on none of that. They don't come up this way. So if it's not in writing, if it's not airtight, if it's not crystal clear, man, start moving the goalpost. So you're an idiot for that one. Levy, and to be fair, if I was a Spurs fan, I'd be rating Levy's thing. Obviously, you could say sell him and don't keep unhappy players, but man are going to tell you everything under the sun. Everything. And if I'm Levy, I'm telling you anything. Same way if I had a young talented player coming through my academy, whether he's going to be successful here or not. If I'm his agent or his family or me speaking as me, I might say something different. But if I'm involved in the club, I'm going to say, bro, there's a chance here, sign the deal. You get promises of comfort to an idiot. They're going to tell you everything. It's like when you go get a new phone company or a new internet thing, or someone's tried to sell you things. People are going to gas you. You know, people are going to gas you. But the thing is, too much people are not like gentlemen. They're not cut from the same cloth. Levy's a businessman. And that's one thing I've learned. These lot will tell you one thing, like even in my old job, which was a content creator, the owner of the company, let's call him P, he knows how to gas people. He knows how to make you feel good, gas you and stuff. But truthfully, you know, when it comes to it, he's not really a gentleman. Like, the goalposts start moving and things. And when it comes to these money men and things like that, you know, there's actually other people that own certain YouTube companies that are like this as well. When the money men, they ain't got morals. Levy ain't got no morals. And to be fair, Levy played a blinder. It is what it is. And as you know, City play Tottenham on the weekend. Kane gets to travel up there. Let's hope Pep Guardiola, Jack Grealish, everybody starts getting you gone, Kane. I really want Kane to leave Spurs. I'm not gonna lie. Then now your face just pisses me off, man. Anyways, away from all of that, Jamie Carragher shut the hell up as well, man, setting us up to fail, bro. Anyways, that's the Kane thing. Conte's held Pep Guardiola as the best coach in the world, people. You know, and said it would. And admits Tottenham could find it very tough against Man City. As I said, I think Spurs might do a thing. Harry Kane's situation is the reason why players have Ronaldo as the agent. Tell them again. Why is that? You know yourself. Why is the only reason they don't like people like me, Ronaldo, is because he's a threat to clubs. They know they can't bad them up and carry on certain sorts of weight and things like that. You know, and he's a money man. Is Ronaldo making more than the owners? The problem is with football fans, they look at players, they look at agents because we can see them. You know, there's probably Spurs fans who don't know what Levy looks like, or is it Joe Lewis looks like, or any owner of the clubs. I would want an agent like Ronaldo, because, yeah, bro, by all means, make your money, do your thing. but he's caring about his clients. Come on. Spurs boy, and to be fair, Kane's an idiot. Kane, you signed the deal, I'm sure. And to be honest, I wouldn't be against signing the deal at Spurs if I want to stay at 28. Man need to look at a new deal and things like that and see what's going on and make some more money, because I'm not going to be a footballer forever, really. And I don't know if Kane's got ambitions to work in the media. Ooh, imagine that, Kane. I ain't trying to see Bear Smith on my TV as he's trying to talk on and whatnot. He might want to be a coach. I don't know what the pay's saying. He might want to. His brother's an agent. He might want to do the agency thing. How long is he contracted to? 2024. So really, they've got you. Really, they've got you. I do think Kane's one of them. He'll keep scoring goals because his game isn't reliant on anything necessarily. But boy, we'll have to see. Kane 28, Son's 29. Where's the time going? If you're going to deal with the devil, make sure you dot I's and cross T's. This is it. Especially when you're dealing with these money men. These ain't got morals. Place of business. These men don't do morals. These men will sell their own mum for a check. Levy, all these money men. You can't come up a certain sort of way. Gentleman's agreement is dead in the place of business. Dot I's, cross T's, crystal clear writing. If you can, gotta make sure you've got an agent that reads through the blueprints and whatnot, people. Because you get yourself in a tense situation, in a techie situation where you will get finessed. That bro, me know Ronaldo's 30, man. He's gonna get paid. You can't deal with Pogba a certain sort of way. You can't deal with Haaland a certain sort of way. You can't deal with Dembele a certain sort of way. And there's probably other players here and there. They don't like him because he's a problem. They're not never. Why do you think they don't get onto other agents? Because they know they can't bully. They know they can bully them. Him, Mendes, them and they know their worth. And they're money men as well. Kane will rot at Spurs rest of his career, then get an MLS move. I mean, Kane in the MLS, he's sort of folk to say why they speaking English, why they're not speaking English in Spain now playing. He's not like that, man. But yeah, you're right, man. That crazy, man. Trying to see if there's anything else. I can't lie, this storm is moving mad in some parts of England. Happy that's not me. Boy, what's going on here? Any Arsenal news? Man, they're still on this Lautaro Martinez thing. Allow me, man. Teta. Sorry, people just patterning this. Right, this wind is crazy. This is why agents exist. Kane must be fuming. Exactly. And this is why they're trying to get agents out, because clubs bully. And the thing is, I think if people knew the fuckery clubs do, I'm not saying Spurs or any club, but if fans knew, if fans knew the fuckery clubs do, like, obviously I love young footballers, so I speak with a lot of young footballers and things like that. There's football clubs that, take one example, talented 18-year-old, right? This club had Premier League club. This club had plans for my man to reach the first team. Yeah, playing under 18s, playing 23s. He had concerns about signing a new deal, obviously, because the club in question don't have the best of records with bossing young players. Naturally, what did this club do? They tried to pressure him to sign a new deal. A coach at this club tried to pressure, a coach, his brother is an agent, tried to pressure his family to sign with this agency. Obviously, they're not hearing none of that. So they said, you're not playing 23s, affecting his development. They leaked it to the rest of his players where they're talking about it. Clubs do fuckery, Clubs do a lot of fuckery. I think everybody is sinning. I don't think agents are perfect. I don't think the club's perfect. This is why it's not that I don't care. It's like, well, to live and let die, innit? You're all in the jungle. It's a crabs in a bucket thing. But this is the thing, T. To look behind the scenes, like you said, you need to have a brain. You need to want to see people. Football, you only see at face value. We only see at face value. It's like we could blame, as an Arsenal man, we could blame Arteta for things that are probably his fault. We can blame him in general. But it takes time to go and look at, okay, you can blame Arteta. But what's Kroenke doing? What's Eddie doing? What's this? What's this? If De Bruyne could get his own deal with City, Kane was just dumb. To be fair, but you're seeing that's where the way the game's going as well. But You know, Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling, they're clearly collaborating with certain agents and lawyers and things like that and making sure things are airtight. They're whipping it right. Fans think clubs are perfect and blame players. Exactly, but that's the tribalism. The tribalism, you know, even with the Super League thing. By all means, every club that tried to join it is bad. But I had a tough time accepting pundits and media outlets and everybody saying it, because us fans, we might not, I can't lie, the more I look at it, I'm not against Super League anymore, but we might not have wanted it for integrity reasons and all of that. You think Gary Neville and all these guys speaking, you think they wanted it for the same reasons we did? They're just missing out on the check, bro. I wasn't surprised. Football is shady. Been like this from early. As fans, we only care for the pitch. Exactly. Money and ethics can't live in the same realm. I think they can past a certain point, though. Past a certain point. You know, so past a certain point. Money does corrupt people. I do think past a certain point. Really. You could say lack of money and ethics can't live in the same realm because, wait, I look at everything I've done for peace, you know. Certain things can't be spoken in it, really and truly. You know, do I regret things? I wouldn't necessarily say regret, I needed it, but yeah, they didn't want it exactly because they wouldn't be their little Super Sundays and, you know, whatever these things are happening. They didn't want it for us. Money just amplifies who you are. That's true, but at the same time, money can make man lose themselves. At the same time, this is why Mino Ronaldo is the good guy in all of this. We need more Minolas out there. You can't say what you want. You can say what you want so about his methods, but man knows how these clubs truly operate. Exactly. And this is the fuckery. But the players are gonna get the blame because, again, like you lot are saying, it's them on the ground. It's them at face value, which is upsetting, really, because. Do you know what? It's like everything, really, man. When you see the Zuma thing come out, anything about racism, these sort of things, like in life, it takes time to consider all sides. It takes time to consider all variables and all these things. And many people are not on that, really and truly. People just want to see what's at face value. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. The Super League wasn't bad. People were just scared of losing money. They tried to use the fan emotion as and that's what they did. And that's what they're gonna do time and time again, not just with this, but plenty of other things. And this is the saddest thing about life, really and truly. But many people, as you know, in today's day and age, you know, you need to be a thinking man or woman more than ever. But people don't want to think. Ignorance is bliss. You know, you probably live a better, I won't say better life, but to be informed and to be knowledgeable. I genuinely think the more you learn about life and why things are the way they are, and, you know, government and history and all this, it does bring you into a state of depression because you can see how things have changed. Where if you just, certain people can be privileged and put their heads in the sand, but if you just bury your head in the sand, I do think it's dangerous. But I can understand why people do it, because you're just living a fairy tale sort of thing. I'm all for the players and agents running up the P. These owners and fans only care for you when you do what they want you, not as you as a player. Exactly. And even for that, they will love you when you're 20-odd and you're in your peak, you're cool. But when you're 35, what are you going to get? You might get a little handshake. You might get a testimonial. You might get a new deal because you know the club. But fundamentally, it's done. Just a question. Do you think players are bigger than the club? It depends. I do think certain people are bigger than clubs. In today's game, it all depends, really. It all depends. I would say not necessarily, but certain people can. You know, I wouldn't say Ronaldo is bigger than Manchester United or Madrid or Juventus, or as big as them, but he's able to control his own future. It all depends. I'd say it all depends on the individual clout of the player. You know, I look at PSG. I think one thing that might help them, obviously Poch is doing his thing, but I think when you're going to get these pampered players and stuff, I think they need maybe a Zidane, or I would say Pep, someone that's as big as them in terms of the clout that these guys have. Depends how good the team is. Depends on the history, how good the team is, what they're saying, all these things. You're right. But it just becomes a game of, I would say it becomes a game of mutual interest. If you're a talented player, you're doing great stuff, and your team's moving shaky, you've got the power. You know, and your contract's running down, you've got the power. If you go and sign a 5-year deal and you start moving shaky and the interest from other clubs are not there, you ain't got no negotiating power, really. It's going to make, unless you can pull a rabbit out the hat, it's brazy, you know, it's brazy. But I wouldn't say, yeah, man, I wouldn't necessarily say that, really. Even Messi's not bigger than Barcelona, as great as he is. You know, Barcelona's a fan. I don't necessarily agree with it. I do, but then again, I don't really. You know, Barcelona's had fantastic players come through that establishment. You know, you've seen many players. As great as Messi is, I wouldn't say he's bigger than Barcelona. I wouldn't say he's. I don't think anyone's bigger than anything really. But at the same time, I agree. So it's a very interesting one. It's a very interesting debate. It's a very interesting debate to be had, man. Flipping hell. This is why I love the Twitch gang. We go left, we go right. It's always fantastic, man. But on that note, though, people, obviously, we've got 16 minutes before my live stream on YouTube. Make sure you head over there. I'm back on Twitch at 4:30. YouTube tomorrow for Arsenal Brentford. I think on Sunday, it's whoever's playing at 2 and 4 will be doing that on Twitch. So yeah, man. Bro, Barca dash hella, man. Barca had greats before Messi and Chop. Yeah, that's the thing. And the same goes for all clubs. But yeah, I'm going to love and leave you lot, man. We're going over to YouTube for a piece. And then we come over here at 4:30 to play Football Manager. Unemployed to the Premier League series. Still going. We're at Charlton. Playing tiki-taka football is not necessarily going to get me out of League One. So I might have to switch over to the 4-4-2 and just, target, man. I can't lie. Long balls forward, target, man. Knock it down. I might have to do the bookie thing to get out of the league, people. But on a serious note, before I get out of here, Twitch gang, I'm not just saying this. I appreciate all the YouTube as well, but I appreciate all the support you guys give me. I appreciate all the talking points you guys have not only just threw up today, but throw up in general, Essentially, you lot are the guys, and as much as you lot say I help you through things, it's a pleasure to sit here. You lot, especially during COVID times, it was an isolation and lockdown and everything there. It was lovely to sit here and speak with you lot, and it is, man. And generally, first things first, again, I hope everyone's got their health. You ain't got your health, you're dead. So I hope everyone and their loved ones has continued health. Hope you've all had a great week. Hope you all have a great weekend or a better weekend. Appreciative to you guys for supporting me. Hope that support continues. Make sure you're following all the socials. Stay blessed, stay safe. Attack your goals aggressively. I'm out. Now time for the national anthem.
Because you always use that active red line defending.
I think it's like